telling you. Every time, the last time I spoke with him, he told me he gonna contact me, find out what's going on. And he gonna have the detective contact me, call me. And if I have any evidence to call, so you could see crazy, what those retarded races, crazy criminal police. Those mental criminal police, and a lot of them narcotic. That's why New Jersey caught one with narcotic, a police from Boston, caught in New Jersey, in New Hampshire with narcotic, with crack. So that's why you see all those junkies doing crack and selling crack for them, doing crack with them LGBT sexual. To see how sick and disturbing the crisis is in Boston. How you take a bunch of junkies sleeping here, have no idea, from prison, jail, races, KKK. Even though they're junkie born, how you think they're causing so much problem? He doing drug crack all over, stealing, police involved on them and support them. How you think? Isn't that a police job? Where you get that money? Where you get anything? You don't have any ID. You can't be in the shelter. You sleeping in the street. You sleeping under the bridge. You sleeping in bus station where you get the money to buy expensive car, SUV, to buy new motorcycle, new clothes, clean clothes, expensive clothes, where you get the money. So if the police is not a criminal, if Boston don't have a bunch of criminal police and law enforcement, report from the detective police for fraud, detective police are a bunch of fraudulent criminals. So calling MBTA police for a criminal brag and a pull knife to me. The MBTA police dumb enough to tell me it's not a law, it's not a crime for someone pull knife on you. It's not against the law. The MBTA police dumb enough to tell me it's not a law, it's not a law. It's not a criminal mind. There's no law against it for someone to pull a knife on you in a public place like that. MBTA police were dumb enough to tell me that everything was recorded. Even I let them know I'm one of the official law enforcement investigated by the government, federal government. So you see the crisis. Everything recorded, tell them everything recorded. If he's still dumb enough, because they think they're not gonna lose their job, nothing gonna happen. It's like they're a bunch of retarded races. They could do whatever they want to whoever they want, say whatever they want. They own the country, they own everyone. They are above the president, they are above federal law, they are above the government. They don't tell you what to do. No one can tell them what to do. Like you heard them there from last time, don't tell me what to do. You don't want to tell you what to do. You're doing a job above my line, below my line. No, above my line. You're doing a job below my line, my job, my position. You don't want to tell you what to do. You shouldn't work there. And you're getting paid taxpayer. If you did your job, why you get it? Why I wouldn't have to tell you what to do? When you do something while you get it, why they don't have to tell you what to do? Especially those who are above you. They don't have to tell you what to do. You have what money, common sense. So, this is the crisis. No wonder there's so high crime. The crime gets so high, ratios by the police, city workers, some state workers, some government workers, federal workers, some of them in Boston, in Massachusetts. Okay? And all those been documented, evidence, and have proof, accurate, 100% proof. Like I said, I have proof. New Hampshire caught some Boston police trafficking, narcotic trafficking, crack trafficking. Boston police in New Hampshire. And something I've been studying in Springfield also, not only in Boston, Springfield also. Police smoking crack while they on duty with uniform and behind driving. Police order when case of beer, alcohol at the police station to drink with criminal, Spanish criminal before they release them. The kid mother, the criminal kid mother and the kids in front come and the police station making so much noise and nothing been said. When they call the supervisor, ask for the chief police, he dumb enough to lie to me. Or fire up, I said, I've been fired so much complaint. Whenever I file the complaint, you got 10 days just. Police many times smoking crack while you're there on duty. Even off duty, police should not smoking crack, do crack. Smelling crack on police with uniform in Manchester and Boston. Police involved in stealing. What is the job police? Is a crime fighter. What is a police? Crime fighter. You fight against crime, against all odds, all criminal. That's how you say. All odds against all odds, all criminal. You don't take side, you don't take things personal. They report you for a crime, it's not personal. You don't take it personal. It's your job, your duty to find the criminal or justice. And they all know, all those stupid know, once you tolerate a criminal, protect a criminal, take things personal, you will qualify as a criminal. They all know that. Unless they have mental problem, brain damage, they forget. Because crack, whatever, they make the memory brain. So that's why they were required to go to drug tests. Not every 2 months, every 2 months, every 3 months. Check those two for me, take it for me, okay? Yeah, I have them on fire for that. Involving those other criminals. So
the next overall train arrives in 5 minutes.
So in that case,
the next Forest Hills train arrives
in that
5 minutes.
So police should not involve any illegal activity. Because you are the good guy. You go after the bad guy. That's why I call it. We have firefighter is fire department. They fight against fire and you can cause fire with OSHA. And with my wish, I am OSHA certified and I am a label officer also. And also I have a FEMA ID certificate. That means with the fire department, I have control over fire department. I have control over EMS input. But when investigated, it's completely different. They're very disrespectful, they're arrogant, they have no respect for government, federal. They have no self-respect, no respect for the department you're working. For all the fellow police that doing good job out there, great job out there, they bring shame to the police department and not the intelligence department. They can't get anything right, do anything right. They are mafia against terrorist member and supporter. So, dumb line I'm getting from police and other people should know better. It doesn't make sense. So, dishonest thing I'm getting. So, this is what's going on. So that's why I've been asking some investigations for the reform. It don't make sense. Your job is to fight criminal crime. What is crime? Stealing, robbery, identity theft, fraud, violence, terrorist threat. And once I listen, if you go to the headquarters police in Boston, I know a lot of them been there. You're gonna see he said there, he's writing in the front, he say honesty, integrity. But those police not honest, they have no integrity. They're not honest. They're very dishonest. And no integrity. I got to hear it incident. They have no integrity. They have no idea what is integrity. They have no idea what is honesty. I don't need to tell you this. But when you go to the headquarters of the police, that's what is writing. Or the police, or they of them have to be honest, integrity, but it's not what Benson thought of Massachusetts. So this is a lot. I even at the headquarters police in Springfield, main police in Dane County, I see two spy from Russia.
Attention passengers.
International was there.
Line train to Oak Grove is now approaching.
Was at the police station, which I have recorded.
The next Forest Hills train arrives in 2 minutes.
This is a lot of things going on. Okay? That's why I ask those have to be fired, You have the new economy, you have some good police from our state or the state. The reform to reduce a lot of police in Boston. Massachusetts get out state police until they could have new academy. Those who could have comments and give them the other special tests, mental tests, memory tests to see would they be fit for the job. But the reform. You have to have memory tests, mental tests, psychology tests, intelligence tests, IQ tests. Supposed we can have the NACADIC test every 2 months, not 3 months. Because they know every 3 months the drug go on you with the on the NACADIC, that's what I heard. So if they take the test on every month, every 2 months, month and a half, that will be able to keep track with them. Whoever do drug, do crime. They will be get caught. Every police, especially Massachusetts, had to go to do drug tests every month and a half. So they are already know every 3 months the drug is wipe out in your blood system. It's gone in your blood system. So in that case, they all have to go because what I'm expected from joking the street, I hated the street because they're on the crack, they're on the force of drugs, narcotics. That's why they're gonna do things they're not supposed to do. But when come police or other people in office, we're not supposed to expect the same thing from you. We're not supposed to expect the same thing from you because you're not on crack, you're not on narcotics, you're not on opioid. You're not supposed, you're not allowed. You don't like it, you want to let them leave the job, hit the wood. You could get something where you could be a narcotic, where you could be free and narcotic, but no one will be responsible for consequences later. Like those junkie criminal narcotics, the consequences for the same thing. So, this is what I'm riding. This is the Russian guy, you see it? The wanted Russian guy that's the illegal international, right here. Come for hacking, okay? The Russian illegal guy. Okay? He come out at the corner, but he's the one who come here. Why you say he's faking road going there? And I have a come for hacking. The criminal. He was involved in the frauders. Hacking. He's the one who teach the others how to do those. And at the pantry shelter, I had video and recorded, audio recorded, his picture over there at the pantry shelter. His own mouth bragging us. Okay? So in that case, if we know we have good police, good city worker, we all know we're gonna have a good safe cities and state. We know if we have co-opted, city worker co-opted, state worker co-opted, police co-opted, others co-opted, we know we're gonna have a lot of violence and problem and terror and domestic response. We all know that. It's the common sense. We all know those in position are co-opted, criminals, and everything. We all know even the junkie bomb in the street gonna be up to charge or gonna go cuckoo. So if we have police who are honest, who doing the job, city worker, who not corrupted, who not criminal, don't involve in those. But the fire department, I love them. We all know we're gonna have a safe city, safe state, a safe country. Because criminal will have no chance. So when we have those people corrupted, they're gonna be criminal, gonna be very bad criminals.
The next Bubble Road train
So that's why we all here in Boston Massacre, criminal paradise.
The next Forest Hills train arrives in 10 minutes.
So we don't deal.
That's not your bag, right? No. Do you want to go on the train to go there?
Is that how you say it? Is it how you say it? He's one of the ones that didn't know he's been suspect. I'm going to investigate him. Observing him. He's one of the suspects. Wanted to know. So, so, in that case, that's how the problem is. Is it this house Negro? When I say those ignorant house Negro, the problem with those ignorant house Negro, and I have them was involved in the Boston Marathon bomb. So you see the crisis now? You see the crisis? He's a member of the game terrorist gang. He's a member of the terrorist gang. We are first. And even his own mouth involved the photos were just going to tell him. So you see the crisis here in Boston. That's why I tell you the dangerous here again. So that's why I say every day I will have something new for you guys to see. Every day. Every single day I want you guys to experience it. Be my witness. See it, hear it yourself. Every day. Multi-time over and over. That's why I say every day multi-time deja vu. Over and over. You can't remember. See right there. That's the Haitian guy in the Haitian one in there. You see? There's other one wanted to be arrested and going this way. That's why I say every day I will have. And you guys will witness big fight, crisis in Boston, and there's crisis in Boston. With no life, every day, deja vu multiply. Every day, and you guys my witness to see. When I want someone to be fired, I request for fired. Like a report of a criminal, want the criminal to be arrested. Want them to be arrested to see those are facts, not no hate crime, not because I don't know what I'm doing and I'm saying. It's because those are accurate. Okay? It's because they're accurate fact. I want that person to be fired or I want them to arrest him because it's accurate to everything. So after math, after everything, I got everything. I said, every day you will see a big crisis, corruption, and Boston. Massacre. We shock up. Gang mobs going to the domestic violence. LGBT crisis. And they all are led by LGBT. And mafia. And racial stories. Those are facts, you guys will see it over and over. I want you guys to observe it and experience it myself, like I see it, like I experience it. So you guys be my witness. So when I request someone to be fired, someone to be arrested, so you got to do, or someone to be deported, or someone to be in Guantanamo Bay. So you got with me. It's not because I don't want to, or I'm saying something crazy or something. It's because there will always be evidence to that person and contact him with like illegal activity or criminal, involving crime, involving a lot of things. And that person was subject to be arrested, subject to be fired, or subject to be deported, or subject to be Guantanamo Bay. The difference is right at stake. So, I will make sure, always make sure, every I create everything. I create everything. That's why every day you heard me naming the house Nigo, there's no house Nigo. The dangerous students are like the curse. It's like the curse. Because why the Caucasians got so much profit. That's one of the reasons we got good. So prosper. So the Asian, the Spanish, the Latinos, the Middle East, but then they got nothing. But when you go question them about that, they're like, they will tell you, they will even insult when you let them know something like that. You say, do you think we'll take money from the trillionaires and billionaires and trillionaires, some of their money, some of them their money? Because if you have $1 trillion, that's so much money. What are you going to do with all that? You have a lot of $1 billion. What are you going to do with that money? It's okay to say. Okay, you could say someone had million, okay, it's okay. You don't have to ask them to share. But if someone has $1 trillion, has billion, a lot of $1 billion, yeah, it could be because them to share with them. But even those owners will tell you, no, that's the way. Oh, I wouldn't say, I couldn't say it. But once I about you if I had a few $100, all the Haitian, all the people like Haitian call it like, will you sure you'll be sharing? Some even tell me yes. Whether both Caucasian, both the junkie industry, both this ignorant house go tell me yes. Unless they try to change it. So I say, so if I had a $200, it's okay, but someone, even Asian did say that to me. It's okay to share. The $300 I have to me in that, but those who have $1 trillion, $1 billion, that's their right. If they want to share, they have the right. That they please this. There's no one doing it. That's what a lot of them tell me. And when I tell them, oh, they are Caucasian, only Caucasian, Massachusetts government reported, they are only Caucasian, Spanish, Asian, and Middle East, not Palestine. But there's no Haitian, no Jamaican, no African American, nobody does anything people like that, no African. So, after do you think it would be good to take from the trillionaires and billionaires to share for the
Arsenal's train arrives in 2 minutes.
You could see. Because that's why I say every day I will have something for you guys. Every day when she comes to job. That's why I said it's not only the dangerously addicted, wasted, but it's a mental problem, psychology problem. The brain bug, which I put you on focus.
The next line train for Forest Hills is now approaching.
So,
The next Oak Road train arrives.
every day, like I said, multi-time job, sexual trafficking for money, the shelter, the medical, sexual trafficking, and they label sexual trafficking. So that's how you see the junkie industry causing problem, the bus station. You have no idea, never have any sex with them. That's what people will never have sex with them. I will never go with the female, I don't stay with them. Even shelter worker, tell them to stay away from me. Even shelter worker female. So even some female work for state here, for city workers, don't have nothing to do with them due to the disease and all the things. Narcotic and poison and the brain bugs. Because the brain bug is a very contagious disease. It's like HIV. And STD, we get it to our section. Coronavirus, even though it's a sexual disease, but it's an airborne. It's both airborne and sexual disease. However, HIV and burns, which are called parasite, UFO parasite, and STD and others, they were only sexually transmitted disease. So, involved with them, you get the disease and you become dumb and stupid and lost your mind like dementia syndrome, stealing everything. Because you know when people dementia, they steal. You have to give them, they want all the time, you have to give to them, they can take for them, they never have to give. You can't take nothing from them, they will fight, they will go violent, and you know people dementia are violent also. And they become like a little kid, little child. That's why you see all over Boston. And you have to watch them all the time, go after them for one thing every time. You know little child. They will send them, you could see them Boston. So that's why the brain bombs. It's control the psychology, the mental, destroy the brain system. So that's why I say away from the female. They're highly violent, they're more dangerous than any female in the world. Here in Boston. And Masha, you could hear what me everything, even walking, have a job, lie, examine of life, especially the African American. Those are dangerously stupid, everyone. I want them here in Masha as a lot of them. Very educated ones. Very few of them I got them already, I've been reported. The Masha for African American. Very few of them. They're educated. Especially in Boston, I want them to support the dangerously cursed right now. And what? And the Haitian, Jamaican, African. So that's no wonder if we see hot prospect, the Caucasian, the Spanish people, the Melo is the Asian, but they got nothing. So with those diseases, once you have that disease, especially the brain bugs. So once you have that disease, the brain bugs.
The next road train arrives.
Like I said, the dementia syndrome, like
The
autism,
next articles
you become very stupid, very slow.
10 minutes.
You destroy your IQ completely. You become very stupid, very slow. You have no memory. You become like a little toddler, little kid. You know, kids love to repeat things. They don't know what they're saying. They love to do things. They don't know what they're saying. And you have to go after them for everything. Something, everything, all the time. Hey, get away from that. Get away from that. No. Like, you know dementia people is like that. And little toddler and dementia people love to take things not for them. They don't give to them. For little toddler, we found that funny, we found that good. For you little, they haven't had no comments and no what man, no nothing, never know anything. He's a little toddler. He's learning. He or she learning. But a dementia person we know is a person who has a disease, a brain problem. So they are control whatever it costs. But those people behave like that, look like a normal human being. And when you look at them, you never think these people have no facts and they behave like that. But the fact is, reality, everything we have rules. Every day, that's how I want you guys to see it. Every day, you have to go after them multi-time. And they lie a lot. They don't respect your property, they don't respect, but they love to accuse you stealing them. That is something you guys get all over. Even you will see. They make you for the mining on how that makes, you know, on the food. They will find you the dangerous person, the criminal person. They don't even have Boston Mountain from the highly violent. Over more than 2,000 people get killed, making violent threat, murder, stabbing, shooting, with bomb threat. We all see it, right? They still find themselves not a criminal. They are okay, they're not dangerous. The dangerous one, especially if you refuse involving same sex, the terrorist groups and domestic terrorist groups, you refuse to involve them with the mob, called your brother, the mafia, especially they have the junkie crackhead female. mental bomb, especially those female and non-opioid and narcotics. The junkies, they have diseases like STD or something. The brain bug, intoxicated, and those are crazy female, violent female, thief, shoplifting. You can have a white man. And you become the threat, you become the problem, not them anymore. There's a fraudulent, scammers, schematic, they're not con addict, so those are con people. So they're not in it. They don't seriousness, consider yourself violent threats, violent acting. Encourage others to attack, violent attack, especially if they did something wrong, they found that they're in trouble. Let me get out of it. They fought whatever. So you become the problem, not them anymore. So that's probably we're dealing with dementia disease syndrome from the brain bug. They will make all kinds of dumb lies. Because I've been with the female we heard last night in Shikopi. She used to live in Shikopi. She has a sister, her older sister who died in dementia. Whenever I go over there, I study her sister, beat it. I'm not sure when I go over there, I study everything about dementia people, how they beat it. I used to be in Miami, so when you go to hospital visiting people, visiting friends, people. When they walk, they telling me how they had dangerous days, like people who are Alzheimer, dementia. There is something I'm looking in Boston, but those people look normal. And they don't call you crazy. Remember all the time you get called, they call you crazy, right? And even calling them the dementia person. And but every day I have to go after them multi-time for same thing. Every day. And they still, I don't see their heart. They have no respect for your privacy, trespassing in your stuff, privacy, money, they will rob you. I still your identification. No matter what you say to them, they will even say you would. If you stop with them, call them people criminals. For your identity, your own identity, or they will rob you or something. You would, and you know everything about it. You the woodman, not the man. You crazy, you would, you everything. Even they will say F federal, F government. They're not wood for it. You the woodman. You the crazy man. So, which is I found that's a little tablet. That's a little tablet. That's how dementia people. That's our thing. If you study little kid, because I've been having my ex-girlfriend when I used to live with her in Fort Lauderdale. And my sister, kid, my niece, my nephew, my cousin, my uncle and her kids. I always observe them. I always observe little kid toddler, observe baby, observe kid. I have friend, my ex-girlfriend or the ex-girlfriend, is their kid. And when I go to hospital, when I see people sick with a dementia, Alzheimer, everything, I always observe and study. Try to get every information about them out there. What makes them like that? What makes them behave like that? Since in the Bible, especially when you know baby, that's often they're very fun. It's good. A baby, a kid, a toddler behave like that is a funny thing. That's something you find adorable, find something like that. Little kid is a human being. They're not born developed. They're born not developing. So you will say but that's the way they are. That's how they keep using you love them. So those people still like little toddler. They think they are little baby, little toddler. Everything they do is supposed to be adorable. You're supposed to love them. You're supposed to laugh at them. Let them get away. That's why when they after they make multi-violent, they can't get away. That's why they say you hate them, you don't love them. Remember, the little kid usually say that to the parent, right? You hate me, you don't love me. Remember that. A lot of little kids, big little kids, that they do a thing, or sometimes they're not bad, but they do something that's not supposed to. You hate me, you don't love me, you don't love me anymore. That's the thing you get from little kids, go big guys, little kids. So the same thing you will get from them. That's how they've been making suicide psychopaths, sociopaths. So whatever they do, you're supposed to love them, let them get away, let them have. Which is the psychology, you have mental problem, they're inside, in the body. So that will be a big price. Like I said, more the things that go higher, or the things that go in, and what they're gonna do. Like I said, I will make sure you guys every day see. Well, you got to be my witness and make sure you guys see and do what's going on. So that's how even some medical workers who come from narcissistic away from them, some doctors to be demonstrated to get things. That's psychology and the sexual defense. It don't make sense. What's going on? So, and lie they will make on you, how they will make lie. And they will want you believe it, they believe it, they want you believe it. And no matter. Look at him, he's working. Wearing mask 10 times, that's 11 night time. Tell him they're wearing mask. All the walking. About all the time, doing this time. Even the security said that they're not gonna say nothing. But all the time you guys see and heard, the security Spanish keep telling me wearing mask, right? But he's a Spanish Dominican who refused to wear mask. Every time I have to go after them, he worked it. Put your mask on. Put your mask on. And refuse and don't, right? So, you could see the crisis. So that's how you could heard me talk against the Spanish. Because they think, they thought they own the country, they could do whatever they want. They're the only one who have right to do whatever they want, say whatever they want. But from other people, they think they have right over you. They have to tell you. They have to. So that's all they say. And I have to go after it. Because you will not tolerate. Me, I don't tolerate that. Maybe some Haitian, maybe African American, but me is different. If I find you causing problem, you think you own the country, and I will prove to you, you know. If you have the right, you think you. So, if you think you could do whatever you want, only you are above the law. Others don't. The other have to do what you say. You are because the good guy. If the bad guy won on the good guy won on me, I will prove to you, you know. You are the bad guy. So, this is what's going on, okay? And everything, you got ways in it. And those are people like. And that's how I got the lie and set up by the shelter. So when the Mayor Marty candidate for, never received report, this addressing to the government, Mayor Marty was candidate for Labor Secretary. After he got elected for Labor Secretary, that's when the thing get worse. Or the fourth, the both sexual trafficking, that's when it gets worse. And I think I have some confidential information. It started in February, and I think it's true, it is in February, which is after he appointed for the secretary. Because the reason, that's one of the junkie you see dressing expensive, by expensive car, or the criminal, the female criminal are reported to be RSA. That's after. That is after. Even the one the female last night, they said she get her money. She told me she couldn't log to the account. She even told me to come to Spoonfield to help her. We set her password and everything. She couldn't file a claim and she left that. She don't leave it, she got a job. So since she got a job, she's supposed to them got a job, so she's not supposed to get any money, right? But after Marty Mayor Rush become Labor Secretary, February, that's when she gets the money. But me, that's when they set me up, say I owe them $11,000. I never get any money. Never get any money after they get my identification. I tell you, even they get my identification. After they get my identification, what after? Even the Ed Markey, Senator Ed Markey office, and I don't know what did she say, And he work at Ed Mackey, her name is Katrina. Okay, at Ed Mackey office, make me file for a freedom information that to protect my identity against criminal, any type of feminine my name against criminal. That was last year September. That's when she told me she spoke with the unemployment. You have to give me extension until I get my PUA. Until I get my PUA. That's why they said the extension was for. And everything was recorded. Until I get my PUA. Once I get my extension is out and then I get my PUA, I will not get another extension, regular unemployment, and then that will help me financially until I get my PUA. That's why the senator office stood. Ed Mackey office stood. Her name is Catherine. Catherine. So, but something I suspect from her, right after I faxed her the application, since then I never heard from her. She used to talk with me like she used to do before. So that's what made me suspect. She become a suspicion suspect of that crime. So they also tell me, regular unemployment tell me, yes, in our office, they contact them to give me an extension called EB, another extension called EB. So they told me they give me $1,000 after some weeks, $1,003. In order for me to get the rest of the money, and I said, what about the 600 Fed open them? They say, in order to get that money, I have to send my verification. But I said, why will I send my verification after if the federal government senator Mike decided to give it to me? What will give you? And you already have my identification. I came to the office, give you my identification. Oh no, it's still another extension. You need to give it. If you don't give it, you will not get any other payment. Any other payment, and you will not get the 600 federal money. Right. So you have to send after we get the verification copy of it, we will give you all the money. There is nothing else you're gonna need to do, anything else we're gonna require from you. That's how we do. I say, okay, you said everything was recorded. I said, okay then. They give me where to send it, which is the 4th department. They give me the 4th department email, which was the same thing with the PUA, to send it. Which when I send it to PUA, to the 4th department, PUA said they never get it. But when the same email, this is how dumb they are in doing crime. When I send it for the regular unemployment, EB, to the same email address, the 4th department, regular unemployment get it. But PUA can't. You see how dumb they are in doing crime, how mafia we dealing with dumb mafia. So, you see how disturbing the crisis is, how dumb they are. Which is very odd. I said, how come you guys get the my identification? And now PUA are feeling tell me was so dark. If I was so dark, the same email address, when you send something an email address, you send an email address. Unless you print it out in a black and white picture, yeah. But something on email, it's not gonna be dark, it's not gonna be wrong. It's how you print it. It's the printer. So that's the same email I sent to UI. They get it. They tell me they get it. But PUA keep telling, even deny. They say they didn't get it first. Later they say they get it. It's too dark. They lied to me, so they deny me appeal. I didn't even have to go to appeal. They deny. Now they send me to do another appealing. When they say I cannot appeal, when the system say I cannot appeal, there's something else. They keep lying over and over, dumb lie all over and over. Which is rude and disrespectful. Which is very rude and disrespectful and unprofessional. So when unemployment said that me they get it, whether few weeks take months, few days takes weeks, few weeks takes months. After a few months, right after, that's the reason they've been so with like that. So that's why they kicked me out of the first lie to me, say I'm not supposed to take picture, video, record it. And they know that's part of my job, I do video. And they've been see it more than a year. a pantry shelter. And that's when, right after, and I never received any report from any news, anything. In Massachusetts, Mayor Walsh was one candidate for Secretary Labor. Never. They keep all that secret. That's why they've been calling on Mayor Walsh. Try to send me, try to kill me. Only who have been heard, and I spoke with her also, is the City Council of China. I spoke with her in the protest for the State House. She told me she was saying she was going to go candidate for mayor. But I did not support it. I didn't want her. Because all people I know involved in co-option and rituals, I want them out of those type of office. I don't want them to get higher office. Because it causes more co-option, more problem, more gang mafia problem. To be more co-opted problem. Guys. So we try to reduce those people who have suspicion in those positions to get someone else who could do their job without co-option and support and gang mafia. So we'll reduce the domestic violence, the domestic things. Guys. The financial ratio of this thing. So none of them ever, I never know that, I never received any report. So she said that, she said she's gonna candidate, but I never have this report, she didn't want to candidate. I got set up. So I received no news, no nothing. So that's the reason the Capri Mall was telling me I couldn't stay in the Capri Mall, I couldn't use internet, anything. That's recently I found out Mayor Walsh become Secretary of Labor through YouTube by the government video conference. While he was showing in front of Madame Kamala, Vice President, to accept to be the Secretary of Labor United. But if I know, I will request no, not qualified. So right after he got that position, that's when everything get worse, and that's when all this. That's when you see all those criminals, expensive things, a lot of things. And he usually come in, they used to come every Christmas, he usually come in the shelter. Every Thanksgiving and Christmas, Mayor Walsh always go to the pantry shelter.
The next overall
The chief police.
arrives in
And with
12
they
minutes.
also, the senator Matthew goes
Arrives in
I saw him once last year. And also with the police commission. Mayor Walsh always, and receive email from Mayor Walsh or the office that helping homeless. So this is the crisis, and wishes make it worse for the Caucasian, the large skin, get everything, or the people still get nuts, different color. So that's something I'm gonna ask to the government if there could be a review when Mr. Mayor Walsh started his Secretary Labor. That's why I asked for the director of Massachusetts Labor to be specified in front of Congress. Those reasons. So they do all those things maliciously. They do everything malice. If they do it in malice, that means they know they're doing wrong. They know they co-opted. They know they wrong. They're guilty. If they know they ain't guilty, they're doing wrong. They wouldn't do everything in malice. They wouldn't do everything in malice. But this because they know they're not qualified for it. They know they will be in trouble if they don't do something malice. So please, I'm not saying request that. Okay, please. But the ladder can go on. And you guys heard Google this morning. Even money I deposit on Google, there's some payment I have no idea they stole it. Especially the homosexual, especially the junkie Caucasian and Spanish. The Spanish homosexual, the worst problem. And then the Caucasian. And that's a problem for sex trafficking, money, finance. To find the African American. But the worst of it, the Spanish, the junkie Spanish, the gay one, boom, it's a there's a lot of get paid. There's a lot of sex trafficking. You have no idea what the person, you don't even phone with them. Even you tell them junkie crackhead to stay away. Even you disrespect, I mean, all those things you say to them. You know how I say them, they still try to claim on them. And they will give it to you. And they will even say you would with disrespect them, you hate them. Why you hate them, you would. I'm would why I hate them. I disrespect them. Even though they still doing all this. So this is the crisis problem in Boston and Napa. Okay? You guys heard, they say I hate them, right? I'm wood. But they still doing sexual trafficking, pay them and all. Especially right after Mayor Marty watch, former Mayor Marty watch of Boston TV, become Secretary of Labor. Before that, all those junkies would sleep in here, Dolly and Stan, doing drug narcotics. Remember, you guys remember I had to go after them and after Boston, after the police, I had to go after the security, I had to go after the transportation worker to keep the place clean and call the DAP, Massachusetts DAP, report to them, call MBTA, what's going on. So those guys were sleeping here, set here on fire, set fire in here, set fire outside. Thanks to look at dirty clothes and stuff. Fight with one another. And they didn't go to shelter because they had no idea that they just violent and not happen. They don't have any identity. Some are wanted from other states for criminal and Canada also. So where they get the money? So they're not qualified to get any government aid. We all know they're not qualified to get any government aid. And they can't get it. And they can't get the government money. So where do they get their money to buy expensive clothes, expensive cars, expensive bicycles, expensive motorcycle? To rent it, expensive place to rent, expensive place. To buy food every day. Because the food they eating every day, expensive food. To buy drug narcotics, where they get the money? Suddenly. Since after February, suddenly where they get that money? This money. Me, I put my life in line, danger. I'm facing danger every day. I'm facing threat, murder threat, knife put on me, gun threat every day, right? Both shelter and shit wherever I am. Discrimination everything. Want to go because I'm by official, by city official, by everyone, by junkie, by criminal, by terrorist, right? I'm sitting this shit, and this is what I have. Work hard and pay tax, right? But you have those junkie criminals, those crackheads. What they gonna do money for crack? Saying everything. So really, destroy the country, murder people, bust and bomb, and making all the kinds of stuff. What's going on? And those are both your junkie homosexual criminals. And you guys know when come homosexual, I don't deal with it. You guys know I'm not scared to say it, I'm not afraid to say it. To let everyone know. So, and the crackhead also, the crackhead female. You guys know I'm not afraid to say that. I don't do this. First people are intoxicated, narcotic, disease. So, what is going on? How many wives do I have? And I'm not LGBT homosexual. What's going on? So, this is what involves. And those are people say I'm doing crazy. Well, them may not say I'm crazy. I don't know what I'm doing. They don't know what they do. But every day I fed them multi-10%. Every day I have to go after them. So that's what I need to find out. Those are people who try to show I'm stealing, try to go after me, I'm stealing, I'm a thief. I don't have money to go to them. Those are people. Right? But I don't know what I'm doing. If I don't know what I'm doing, I will be the one who's stealing, and at the same time I tell them not to steal. Right? I will be the one who steal them what they, and then go after them not to steal, not to rob. They're the one who robbing me, right? Stealing me. And they're the one who coming after me at the same time. So, are you telling me I don't know what I'm doing, or they don't know what they're doing, what they're saying?
The next Oak Grove train arrives
So,
in 3 minutes.
this is what I mean.
The next Forest Hills train
So,
arrives in 4 minutes.
in Boston. In Massachusetts, the ignorant city. Like ignorant being a myth. The dangerously ignorant. That's what I'm saying. They are like alphabet people. But alphabetical people. It don't make sense in the middle of the United. So, thank you. There will be more every day. I will see it in everything. And I will be able to prove it every day. And I want justice. I want everything paid back. And I want to put a charge against all of them. I want to charge all of them. Thank you.